Hello, everyone. We're here today with Freyr Xerr Lycurgus from the Empire Guild in the Duchy of Erzhalden. And can you tell us where your base is going to be in that duchy?
I am in Arasatapes, which is my county, um, as part of the larger Pevensey County area, because me and Lark kind of have an agreement for he's going to be managing most of the land. I'm mostly focused on my guild and the city that the guild is in.
Okay. What made you decide to choose this trading as a profession?
It's specifically logistics is one of the fundamental blocks of any major economy. And while we will have some front-facing business ventures, I primarily like us focusing on on being a seamless part of society. I really like kind of being looking at the focusing on the bigger picture. I think this is most why I focused on this profession is I want to look at Illyria at the grand scale.
Right. Um, okay, so are you going to be focusing on one particular thing that you're trading, or do you have different?
Not so much a particular good that's traded, so much as a particular service at first. So to begin with, um, it's mostly just going to be purely logistics, um, and we'll expand horizontally. But as uh, the business grows, we'll actually start expanding vertically as well as the other branches in the Empire Guild fall into place. The Trader's Choice branch is where it's going to start, and it's kind of going to be the base for everything to grow from.
So, can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah. So the Trader's Choice, um, let's see. The Trader's Choice is the first branch, and it covers things like the actual shipping process for logistics. So, what we would do is we'd contact local producers as well as crafters and uh, get them involved in the network. And as they need things, they can request from the network, and we will, reach out to the suppliers and provide them over to there. So that way, say you're a blacksmith and you're like, well, I need 10 ingots of iron. Um, we will keep a ready stock of the most common items. So we'll be purchasing from our suppliers at times regularly. But the more uncommon items, when you request it from the network, that'll get sent out. We'll then purchase it from the supplier and then send it over to you, and you just cover the cost of whatever their listed price plus shipping costs. Um,
Okay, so you will also have like wagons or whatever to
yep,
transport the goods.
yep. We'll be using wagons, possibly water vessels as well, depending on where we end up located. There'll be warehouses, wagon repair services that we'll also have as part of the business, and eventually we'll be also manufacturing our wagons for our more specific tasks.
Okay.
Um, and then when fully realized, the Trader's Choice branch will also include Empire banks to facilitate trade and so that standards are kept along the locations that we trade in. On top of that, we'll provide loans to small businesses in the area to inject the local economy and further, um, you know, enhance our network and make it more robust.
Makes sense. Um,
Uh,
is there any particular kind of player you're looking to join you
uh,
guys, or?
Honestly, loyal players who are honest with what they can do. It doesn't really bother me if you only have a few hours a week to spend on the guild, or if you're not the most hardcore player. As long as you're not overcommitting yourself and you're loyal to the group, we're just glad to have you. It's about having fun, and I know the logistics guild isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I think as all the branches come into place, we'll attract a much broader skill set of players since what we'll offer will be expanding. Some players love seeing the world as a driver, while others may love running their cozy little inn. And
Right.
perhaps together we can bring that dream to reality.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like people that might be considering joining to know about how you're going to manage things?
I've seen good and bad management, and I like to think I mostly fall on the good management side of the spectrum, though I know I'm just human. I'm passionate in what I do, and I'm more than willing to listen to others if they think there are better ways to do things. I hope to create a culture within the guild where we can grow and elevate each other. Today's recruit may be tomorrow's leader. No one should forget that, and I want to manage this guild as a successful business with a healthy and productive culture.
Good. Are you going to have branches just in your own duchy, or are you going to expand out?
I definitely plan on expanding out to other duchies and hopefully at some point to other kingdoms.
Oh yeah, oh that would be quite an endeavor. So, do you have any trade partners, arrangements with other guilds at this time within the kingdom?
Yep, I've got a few. Most of my connections are inside the duchy, but I do have a few connections outside the duchy and a couple actually in other kingdoms. How how early those connections will matter kind of just depends on where we land on the map.
Oh, cool. Um, are you going to be needing instructors of any sort for your guild?
Most definitely. And I plan on setting up places of learning within the guild to help bring everyone up to speed and drive us forward into tomorrow. I think that places of learning are going to be great ways for even recruits to be able to, bring their character, kind of drive them ahead and get them a jump start in the guild.
Right. All right. Was there anything more that you wanted to add about your guild?
Let's see. Well, let's see. So another thing would be in regards to like incentives is there's definitely a good amount of incentives for being a part of the guild. Members get discounts on utilizing the trade network, along with all of our secondary services, such as Space Aid Travel and Traveler's Choice Inns. Space Aid Travel is basically monetizing extra space on our wagons that, the wagon still needs to go out to ship those goods, but maybe there's enough room for one or two people. So we might as well, make tickets for that. So, hey, you need to get from point A to point B. That wagon's going that way. It's got room for a guild member. Great. You can jump on at a discounted rate and head on over. And then, as a burgeoning business, there's plenty of opportunity for advancement. Just like any other business, you'll be working for a wage, and the more successful the guild is, the more we'll be able to provide for our members. In regards to cost, as it stands, the current expectations are costs in regards to like what you may contribute to the guild are mostly just labor and any costs associated with utilizing our services. And let's see. Another thing is I think what puts us in a bit of a unique spot, at least amongst trade guilds, because I logistics guilds off the bat, at least from what I see, are kind of a niche market to begin with. But we're not really in the business to be haggling costs or markets. We're not, it's not like we are trying to be like, oh, we're trying to get this sword salesman to get us the absolute cheapest swords from, because maybe we might have some deals in regards to what we keep in the warehouse and purchase personally, but for the most part, we're logistics. We're going to be handling the shipping part of it, so we're not going to be really pushing too hard against whatever our producers or suppliers dictate as their terms. If they feel like whatever cost they think their item should be, great. They've got the quality goods. We're willing to put it up on our network and let everyone know, and all they're going to pay to us is the cost of shipping.
Okay.
And then, yeah, and I think another thing, if you look at, you've seen the write-up, approaching this from a definitely business standpoint, I've had people tell me it's a little bit hardcore, a bit to take in at first, but I that's kind of why I hope to break it up. And like, if you want to just be a part of this part of the guild, don't have to worry about the other things. It's it's as complex or as big as you want. If you just want to be that wagon driver, great on you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, I think that's all I have.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Welcome.